Hi everyone, and welcome back to Sarougal. I'm so excited to finally be able to show you what I've been working on this past 5 months of complete YouTube silence, which is the new airport that I've named Sarougal. But remember, this is still a work in progress, so things will be added and changed in the coming months. Those of you who follow me on Twitter and Reddit might have already seen some pictures of the airport throughout the process, so if you like what you see in this video, well, please consider following me there, as I'm pretty active on those platforms. A little more than a year ago I made another airport, so just be clear, this is not the same, this is a new airport on the map I started building on 9 months ago. We'll start this episode with some cinematics of the first detailed areas, featuring working parking garages, and also a bus terminal made of procedural objects and invisible lanes. So please enjoy. The detailed area in the cinematics is around 1/8 of the airport loop area, so a lot of work is obviously needed before I consider this airport done. But looking at this time-lapse, you can see the very beginning of this project, starting off with constructing the terminals using Vasimir's excellent terminal assets and rescaling them with procedural objects mod. The original roof textures didn't look too great when being upscaled, however, so I used this industrial walkway to sort of cover it up. Later on, I also created my own roof textures as well, which I loaded on basic procedural objects to create some variation. If you are interested in start making an airport of your own, then Vasim's stunning airport assets is just a must, so I'll leave a link to his workshop collection in the video description. The road that you see in the picture right now is the Cities Skylines urban expressway created by Amamlea. It was quite a process to work with, but the end result turned out very nice and gave the chance to connect to invisible roads covered with ploppable asphalt for a natural transition between the terminal roads and the actual expressway. My first attempt with the invisible road intersections that you see me working on here turned out pretty messy, as it's kind of hard to see which road goes where and get all the roads to connect correctly. But on my second attempt, I think I got a hang of it. Basically, I used a technique where I constantly switch between the road tool to see road directions and the move it mod. The intersections and the way the loop and roads are connected to the terminals are inspired by Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. However, I chose a slightly more round design of the inner loops than CDG, as you see here when I begin to copy the first loop to create a large full loop. The empty scale in the middle of this loop will be filled with parking, car rental and bus terminals eventually. So the first out of 2 bus terminals is already done, which you saw in the cinematic earlier, but most of the parking and all of the car rental is yet to be done. So here I use walkways to create a connection between the airplane and the airport. By default, Sims is visible when exiting the plane, which doesn't look very realistic when having a gate and a jet bridge. With this method, however, you won't see the Sims as they spawn directly on the walkway, which is hidden in the gate building, creating an illusion that they're actually using the jet bridge and the gate. Coming up next, some more cinematics showing a full overview of the terminals. In this final time-lapse for this episode, I will show you the process of making the airport's train station. Before using procedural objects to add and alter this Shanghai maglev train station by Emperor Lee, I plopped down a functioning model train station by Confox, hidden beneath the Shanghai one. I also have monorail stations connected to it, hidden in the terminals, which goes around in a loop, connecting all terminals in a fast and easy way. I started off with downscaling the entire building, but had to rescale it up again to get more distance between the vertices, which are the small plus signs, and to see them properly. The technique I'm using for reshaping buildings as complex as this one is basically select the vertices and then use the arrow key just one stroke to see what it actually changes. So if I'm not satisfied with the result, I can just use the opposite direction again to change it back. Then choose other vertices or add more vertices, etc. When I'm sure that I have the correct vertices, I can use the mouse or Alt and arrow keys for finer movements, but be aware that using mouse or Alt key makes it harder to reset what you've done. Coming up in a few seconds, you will be able to enjoy a lot of cinematics, showing off the train station, a closer look at the airport layout, the apron area, the oceanside approach lighting system, and of course one of the control towers. So please enjoy. So, this project wouldn't have been possible without the help of James, a pilot that some of you might know from the Cities Skylines workshop, where he's co-creator on some of Vasimir's assets. He has patiently been helping me answering all my nerdy questions about layout, lighting systems and whatnot, and has been my sounding board to help me achieve this level of realism. So James, a special thank you to you, mate. I really appreciate it. If you are looking for some more Cities Skylines airport inspiration, I would highly recommend Greenstad Airport series by Distanced. He explains a lot of in detail and is making a really gorgeous airport. And if you haven't seen the FPS series yet, you definitely should. I'll leave both links in the description as well. The next episode will focus on detailing more of the airport inner circle and the airport loop, along with starting to build the cargo area, which I'm really excited about as the new expansion added functioning cargo airports. If there's anything in particular you want to see in the coming airport episodes, like in a time-lapse or tutorial, just let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching and see you next time.